Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do this soft glam look on hooded eyes. I know a lot of times hooded eyes, we have a lot of problems with doing these makeup looks with these other people with these other type of eyes. So today I just thought I'd show you guys how I do it. Starting off with a clean face. Yes. Just to let you guys know, I do have eczema on my skin, so everything I'm using is okay for you to use, especially if you have problematic skin like mine. I'm gonna be starting off with my Black Radiance contour palette. My browns aren't that pigmented, so I just want to use the browns on my contour because I know you're definitely gonna see it. We're gonna be focusing the color on the outer and inner corner of the eye because we're gonna have the gold middle, of course. And I'm using a flat brush to go ahead and kind of shape the eye. Gonna use a fluffy brush to kind of fluff it out because blending is important in makeup. You don't want to have lines and things going on when you're doing your makeup, so you're supposed to use a fluffy brush to blend it out. We're gonna blend it out on the ends and the beginning of the eye. Oh, and guys, just to let you know, I already did my eyebrows. I have a little bit of trouble recording doing my eyebrows, so I did an eyebrow tutorial. You can actually check the link in the description. Oh, and I'm using this dark brown color in my Maybelline Rock Nudes palette, and I'm going to be focusing that on the outer and inner corner of my eye as well, just to darken it up. I felt like it is soft glam, but you know, I'm caramel skin, so you kind of need to show that it's soft glam, so use the darker brown to intensify the color, and I use that on the insides and the outer sides of my eye. And also blending it out with the fluffy brush again. It's kind of like an algebra equation. What you do on one side, you must do on the other. I did a lot of blending on the other side, so I'm going to keep blending on this side. And we're going back into that Rock Nudes palette using this dark purple and black just to intensify the color on the inner and outer. We're not going to use too much because it is soft glam. We're not, you know, going out for red carpet or anything. So just using a little bit to intensify, and then we're going to use the fluffy brush later to then blend out again. And there's the fluffy brush. Oh, never mind. Not using the fluffy brush. Now we're using the fluffy brush. Okay. I've developed this technique that kind of works when I use the fluffy brush on my eyes. I kind of tap it a little bit, and it does kind of help disperse the shadow a little bit better. I don't know why, but I found that it works. Then we're going to go back into our Black Radiance contour palette and use the middle color that's called Sculpt. And we're going to use that to kind of lighten up the middle of the eye. I know I kind of mixed some of the shades. Didn't really mean to. So I used that and kind of use that as a base for the gold that I'm going to put on. And just tapping that on with a flat brush. Packing it on probably about twice. And just making sure the color looks kind of nude. And we're going to go back with the fluffy brush because blending is important. If you're not blended out, girls, you look crazy. And you don't want to look crazy. So if you don't have a fluffy brush in your makeup kit, please go and get you one. I got this one from CVS. I think it's Beauty 360 or something like that. It's like $7. Actually, I'll leave the where I bought it at and stuff like that, how much it costs, in the description. I know stuff like this is important. When it comes to glitter, I do like to use my fingers just so that I can be more precise. I'm going in this kind of pretty matte gold kind of color. It's really beautiful, guys. Maybelline has really outdone themselves with this palette. So I used that and I tapped it on a couple of times. I probably tapped a little bit more on than what I showed you. And then I used my fluffy brush to blend out the outsides because I feel like you should blend it out. You shouldn't leave it like that, you know. So I applied a little bit more color on the inner and outer. Felt like I needed more. Your eyes need to match, so I added a little bit more of that dark purple color and the black just to blend it out some more. And making sure it's blended out at the top as well. I did my eyeliner and lashes off camera. Not really good at doing that on camera. Yeah. maybe one day I'll do a video like that. I do have hooded eyes, so I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be asking me for that soon. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to be using my NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in the color Macau. I just found that color is kind of good on my skin. And like I said earlier in the video, I do have eczema on my skin. This foundation is phenomenal. It doesn't bother my skin in any type of way. It covers up all of my impurities, you know, especially when I'm having a breakout or anything like that. I don't have to feel insecure. My skin doesn't look scaly or dry. It gives me this nice sheer glow. So if you do have acne or eczema prone skin, NARS Sheer Glow Foundation is great. And I mean great. Like great. Like if you don't have it in your makeup kit and you have problematic skin, you need to go get it. It's like $40. I'll definitely leave that in the description as well. I use it to sculpt out my eyebrows too, so yeah. I don't know why I use it. I just use it. Oh, I also like to use my fingers to blend out my foundation. I just feel like using too many brushes on my skin, you know, I have sensitive skin. I just don't like to use all these prickly things on my skin. It's just better blending wise with my fingers. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. I feel like you get a nice sheer finish when you use your fingers. So a lot of my videos, you're going to see me using my fingers to apply my foundation. And just making sure. I actually didn't use much foundation either for this video. I just used well, I showed you how much I used. I used that much and probably a little bit more. I don't really need a lot of foundation. I feel like you're just doing too much when you put way too much foundation on. This is like one coat of foundation. It's pretty cool. Gives me a nice sheer glow. Also, if you're looking for a full coverage for people who have problematic skin, you don't want to use too much foundation, NARS is pretty good too, especially if you have caramel colored skin like mine. And guys, I'm so sorry. I actually forgot to film the concealer part. So I'm only going to show where I contour my skin with the powders. But I did use my NARS concealer in, I'm not sure, but it is in my, it is going to be in the description. But I did use that and I use that on my forehead, on my cheeks and everything like that. For now, I'm just going to show you what I use the Black Radiance contour palette, and I definitely contour my face. That's what I'm showing you that I'm doing. And I use that right up under my cheekbones, at the bottom of my cheeks, on top of my forehead, just to give my face a little bit more definition, because of course you might erase lines once you put on foundation. I like using Black Radiance as well because it just makes my skin, it feels like it has a nice smooth consistency, and it doesn't do too much on my skin. A lot of times when I use stuff like this, it messes up my skin. By the end of the day, I look dry and patchy, so I like using Black Radiance. I recommend it definitely, and it's not all that expensive. I'll leave that in the description as well. Yes, girl, with that contour. Yes. And I'm just going to contour my nose as well. I felt like it looked a little blocky, so I used that and I kind of tapped it in with my fingers. And you're going to see me use brushes and fingers interchangeably throughout my videos. And we're going back into that sculpt color that we used on our eyes and using the fluffy brush, applying that right on our cheeks, just to give ourselves a little bit more definition. And also, I don't necessarily use any loosened powder, any loose powder or anything, so I kind of use this as my setting powder as well. I did use concealer on my cheeks, like I said earlier, I just forgot to record it. I use it right up under the darker contour. I don't know, I feel like you should just have definition to your face and stuff like that, so yep, I'm just touching up little places where I felt like I needed a little bit more powder. And now we're gonna get that glow, girl. I like the gold about it. I felt like I should use the gold interchangeably because, you know, I put gold in my eyes and stuff like that. So I use my highlight for gold today. And just tapping that right on top of that other medium brown color that we used for our contour, and making sure I'm kind of like using the light to see how it looks. I don't know, I don't really have a definite amount of glow that I use on my face. I just kind of look at how much I want for that day. Because I was using glow and my look today is a gold glamour, I felt like I should have a lot of highlight. So I use that right there on my cheeks. I use it up under my eyes, my eyebrows, right at the peak of my head, you know, so I can be picture perfect and stuff like that. I'm really feeling myself right now. And the bridge of my nose, and the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow as well. Yep, Cupid's bow. And back on the other side. Like I said, I kind of like to blend stuff out with my fingers. I don't know, I don't really like using brushes for my glow or anything like that. And on my eyebrows as well. And you guys can't really see it, but I put it in the same place I did on the other side. This is the finished look, guys. I felt like I was really doing something with this Snapchat filter. So, oh, and guys, I'm gonna add my Snapchat at the bottom so you can follow me. This is the end of the video. Woo!